Hi, Helena. Okay, first we're going to start with making a Google Doc that you will then share to your students through your Google Classroom. You should not have to make the Google Doc public, like some of your students were suggesting. That is a way that would make it so that anyone would be able to see it. But I think that if you follow these steps to add it into Google Classroom this way, that it will be fine. So I went to your eBoard, and I believe this would be one of the things you are looking to share with your students through a Google Classroom assignment. So I'm just going to copy what you have here. And then I'm going to take you step by step through, say, the next time you go to create this, what you're going to do from the very beginning. So first, I am just in a new tab in my browser. I'm going to go to Google Docs. So first, I'll go to docs.google.com. Sorry, that was a little fast. Let me do that again. So the address is docs.google.com. And once you get there, you have to sign in with your school Google account, which you're on your computer. You may already be signed in. I need to sign in with mine here. And then I'm going to go in to make a new blank document. So I'm going to click on this, blank. And then I'm going to go up here to give my document a title. I am going to suggest to you that you start this way by making the Google Doc you want to share first, instead of going into Google Classroom first. I think that this will help to keep things organized and ensure that what you're sharing is in a format that your students will be able to see. So I'm going to give this file a name. Guided reading for week 1, whatever you want to call it. Give your document a name up here. So whatever you put here is how your document will show up now in your Google Drive. So this is the same thing as giving your file a name. We're giving the Google Doc a name. And then in here, I'm just going to paste in what you did, what I just took from your eBoard, just so that we have something in the document to look off of. But here's where you would then add in what it is you're going to put on the document. Okay, now that we have the document created, we don't have to do anything else here in Google Docs. Up here it tells us that the changes have been saved in Google Drive. So whatever we're doing here has been saved, and the document is titled that. I'm going to come up. Your browser will look different than mine because I'm on my Mac, but you just want to go to a new tab. So if you hit the plus sign to go to a new tab, I'm then going to go into Google Classroom. So I'll go to classroom.google.com. And now once I'm in Classroom, I'm just going to open up my test classroom, but you'll go into one of your classes. From here, I'm going to come up to classwork at the top in the middle, and then I'm going to go to create. I'll hit the plus sign here, and I want to create an assignment for my class. So call this whatever you want. Assignment week 1. Use the guide to guide your reading. I'm sure yours will look much more official than what I'm typing right now. But anyway, whatever you want to say to your students will go here. Then I'm going to go to the little paper clip here where it says add. So I'm going to click add. And then I'm going to come down to Google Drive, because my goal here is to add that document that we just created. We're going to find that now in your Google Drive and put it with this assignment. So I'm going to go to add. If it is something that you have just done, it should show up here in recent, like mine is. So it's the guided reading document that I was just doing. Or if you need to find it and you know the title of it, you can search for it here. So if I were to just type in guided, it starts coming up for me here, or I can hit enter. Oops, I didn't mean to do that quickly. Let me go back in. Sorry, I'll go back into add Google Drive because there was one more thing I wanted to show you in here. If it doesn't show up right away under recent, like I just showed, you can search for it here, or you can come here to where it says My Drive, and you can search for the document here in My Drive. But I'm going to go back to recent. I'm going to select this guided reading, and then I'm going to click on the word add. Now the document shows up here. The way Google Classroom works, it gives your students in this classroom the ability to view the file. So that is why you should not have to make it public or anything else in the share settings with the document itself. Putting it here in the classroom automatically does that for your students. There's other things you can choose here, other options. I don't think you would want the students to edit the file because then they would make changes on the information that you did. But this is where, if you did have questions or something you wanted the students to respond to within this document, you would make a copy of this document for each student, where then each student would have what you originally wrote, and then they could add their responses and so forth. But I'm going to do a second video showing you how to ask questions within Google Classroom to do what you were asking me about in the other part of your email. So we're just going to leave it. Students can view the file because that's all you're going to need them to do with this. If you come over here, this is what my first video had been showing you. It says who this assignment is for. If you click here, this is where you can pick your other 2 classes or your other 1 class. So then you only have to do this part of it one time, and it will make this same assignment and this same document appear for the students in all of the classes that you have chosen and checked off over here. You can give it a due date if you would like. You can leave this blank too, if you told the students when it was due up here or something to that effect. But you can give it a date here. You can also say the number of points that this would be, or whether this was ungraded. This doesn't really matter because we're doing our grading through Genesis still. But if you want to put something in here, you can. And then you will go to Assign when you're ready. And that will put the assignment out to the students so that they can then see the document for the guided reading and your instructions of exactly what it is you want them to do. I hope this is helpful. I will go and make the other question video for you. And hopefully between these 2, you will be set. But if not, please don't hesitate to reach out and we'll try to figure something else out. All right. Thanks, Selena. See ya.